Steve, I guess the players won't have been happy. Got called in on Sunday. Did you get the reaction out of them that you wanted?
Well, we'll find out, won't we, on Saturday against Walsall, whether we got the reaction. I think the meeting was productive. It was two ways. It can't just be one way. And I think we highlighted some things we're doing now that perhaps we weren't doing 6, 8, 12, 15 weeks ago, for example, individually. And so hopefully we've corrected some of that in some of the training programmes this week, and we'll continue to do it up until Saturday.
We've just been mentioning it to Jordan. You kind of set the bar yourself, so you are where you are through your own doing. What do you think's gone wrong over the last month or so?
Well, I think there's a combination of things. I think we've been missing key players at key time. I think we've lost 4 in the back 6. We lost Tay, we got a brilliant replacement in Yogi, but he obviously went out injured. We've had Luther missing, Saxon went, TVC's been out, Terence. So that's 4 out of back 6 that was very regimented and had done a lot of work in what we worked with. So I think that's been hard to accept. I think we've also been on the back end of some atrocious decisions, but I think over the season you have to believe as a manager, head coach, that over the season they work themselves out. But my God, we've got some decisions to get in the next 13 games if that's the case. So I think there's been combinating factors, and confidence plays a part. But it's amazing, I went with Alec Vell to watch Bradford and Walsall on Tuesday evening, and I'm going into the stadium and there's a few Walsall and Bradford fans having a bit of banter, and one Walsall fan said to me, "It's been a disaster, isn't it, Steve, this season?" I said, "That's your words, not mine." And I think it's been a disaster. So we've got a game in hand to get a point to go back into second. If we get a win, we're comfortably in second, and more games in hand around people around us. So it's we know we've had a bad run, but the only way to end that is to win some games. And so we've got a real tough challenge with Walsall on Saturday. They were terrific against Bradford, terrific. Should have won the game, not a point. Should have won it comfortably, and they had some really good performers. So, but they're on 11 or 12 without winning. So again, it demonstrates. I think they've drawn about 9 of them, but it demonstrates how tough it is to win games in League Two. If you'd have gone back to last Friday, would have said Stockport or Bankers started Tuesday, 6 points. They struggle to take 2. So it's a tough environment.
How much of a test has it been for you? Because obviously you've had to adapt your management and your role over what's conceivably been called a bit of a bad period.
Well, there's been a poor run of form. Listen, the results speak for themselves. Everyone likes to smile and be happy when you're winning. But I think what we have to do is, I think we've been very mindful with your experience to keep a level on it. There's no point in, when you win a couple of games, coming in and putting music on and being top of the charts, if you like. And there's no point in putting music off and being doom and gloom when you're not. So we have to keep it very consistent. We need some players at the treatment room. Doesn't look like we'll have any added back for Saturday, but we need them back with us. We've got 13 games to go, haven't we? If we take as many points as those around us, we'll be in League One. But we said that 4 or 5 weeks ago. If we'd had a good 4 or 5 weeks, we'd be knocking on the door of League One already. But we failed to do that. So we need to make sure the lads are full of confidence and full of character. And we're going to need our supporters. We're going to need the patience. It's been a long time since Stevenage fans had to be patient about winning something at the top end of the league. But they've been brilliantly patient. Last season, certainly when I came in, we were fighting at the wrong end. So we're going to need them to be loud and proud and behind us, whatever happens on Saturday and Tuesday, 2 key games before we go up to our team in invincible form in Carlisle.
I know you'll say all games are tough and throughout the whole season, but these next 2 games seem to have quite a bit of significance in them.
Well, I think they've got significance because we've spoken openly about how many times we've been on the road and how tough that is. If you added the Papa John's and you added the FA Cup with 4 consecutive cup ties away and everything's involved in that, I said to everyone who would listen, when we come out of Rochdale, where we are in the league, from the top 3 I would take it, and some of you boys in the press need to go back and look at those ones in October, because I did say it, and I said it many times, and everyone will know, you guys come into my office weekly, if not twice weekly, and up on that board was Rochdale 4th March, and it was quite clear for me that was a poor first 45, really poor. An excellent second 45, an excellent second 45, all bar scoring a goal. If we take the standards from the second half in and we can add a finished product to it, we'll do very well in the next 13 games.
And a lot of, go back to last Saturday, a lot of what you're saying there is something beyond your control, isn't it? Getting the ball in the net.
Yeah, listen, all we can do is work hard with the players. We've got goal scorers here. They've demonstrated it over the season. We've got players in all positions that can chip in with a goal. But we need to keep ourselves. I think we spoke about it long and hard before the FA Cup about being in games on 70 minutes. That's no different to league games. You have to be in the league game on 70 minutes. If you're 2-0 up in 70 minutes, the statistics show you it's in the 90s that you'll win the game. It's not the other way. So you need to be in the game, which is a goal either way or levels, and it gives you a chance to win the game. So we need to make sure in the next 13 games that there are chances of winning games. But I said it 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'll repeat it today. If somebody had said to me in the 27th, 28th of June when we walked in here as a new group for the season, you'll be playing at home to Walsall and full of a crew, and you're 13 games to go, and this is your position and should be the league table, I would shake their hands, have a beer, and go home with a smile. So we've got so much going for us, and we can't allow ourselves to think otherwise. Michael
Flynn, up against him on Saturday. I guess he's a guy that you've come up against many times.
Yeah, I know Flinny well. He's a terrific manager. I don't think he got the appreciation at Newport that Michael deserved. In fact, I did message him and speak to him at the time when he went back to Newport with a visit inside. He got a lot of abuse, him and his wife, and I thought it was uncalled for. So I think Flinny appreciated the phone call, because us managers do go through that. And so we look forward to seeing him on Saturday. But he'll want to win, I'll want to win. He's a tough competitor. He's got real good players in his team. Don't forget Walsall's aspirations at the start of the season under Michael were automatic promotion. So he'll be hotting where they are.
Do you kind of know what you're going to get from a visiting manager when you know them so well?
Yeah, I think you know that you do your homework and you know every player in the league basically, and you know the systems and the shapes. I went up on Tuesday night just to remind myself, because we'd recently played Bradford, of course. And it shows you sometimes when teams raise the game. I think there's no doubt that Bradford raised their game here when you looked at the second half here versus the game at Walsall. So Walsall deserve to win that game. So we'll know what Michael will be about. We know what his team will be about. All bar possibly 2 individuals. I could pick his team and I could pick his shape, and we know where he'll be. But the same him with us.
Talking of which, how are you doing on the injury front at the moment? Any sign of players coming back?
No immediate sign for the weekend. I think we're hopeful that Terence and Luther will be back with us very soon. Very soon probably means maybe Crew, if not probably Carlisle. They shouldn't have been any longer than that. I think both are on the grass, both are running, but we have to make sure that we're not going to have another Luther and a little setback again when he goes in. So no new bodies, but we've got enough good players to focus on the boys that we've got.
What are you going to expect from the fans over the next couple of games?
I think they'll do what they've done all season. I think they'll be right behind us. I think we need to give them a reason to be singing their hearts out late on in the game, and they've been fantastic at that. Fans will be excited as we all are with 13 games to go. That we are in with a real chance of promotion. And it's certainly not been the disaster of a season that the Walsall supporter told me as I went into the Bescott on Tuesday. So we're very focused. We know what we want to achieve in not only Saturday and Tuesday, but over the next 13 games. We've got an opportunity to play some of the teams that affect us in terms of where we finish, because they're all some are round about us, and we'll embrace those games. But we have to embrace Walsall first.